He wants precision. He wants like, this is the beat of the scene. Don't fuck it up. You know, this is the beat of the scene. Let's get it. Tuck, 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 tuck. You pause too long.
Hello. What's up, guys? I'm your host and popcorn buddy, Chinmaya Sharma, aka Scuba Chino, and welcome to a man's life's presentation of what's going on. Now, joining me today is an actor who loves breaking stereotypes with just sheer raw talent. So without further ado, I give to you a man who loves the good performance almost as much as he loves a good old nutmeg on the football pitch. Is Jim Sarbh! What up, G?
Hey, what up?
Good to see you, brother.
I'm glad we got this pastel thing going on, man.
By the way, this is not coordinated. This is just natural brain sex.
Telepathy. Space magnets.
Brother, thank you so much for doing this, taking the time out.
My pleasure.
And congratulations on the enormity of success that you've got for Rocket Boys, bro. It's ridiculous. I got a chance to watch the first 2 episodes yesterday. The man's hooked. I'm hooked.
Okay, good.
Before I get to that, bro, I want to ask you, do you remember, by any chance, the first time that we ever met? And I'll tell you why, because it is by far, at least in the top 3 most embarrassing moments of my life.
What, really?
The most, like cringe.
What was it? What is it?
This is about 6 years back. We'd met at a common friend's farm in Kamshed for New Year's. In my head, I'm like, of course he remembers me, which you obviously didn't. And you said, Jim. And I said, no, bro.
Jim.
Yeah, because you introduced yourself, but you also had the, and I'm like, no, bro, I've been playing football 3 times a week. Because I figure that you think I've lost weight. You're like, Jim? I'm like, nah, bro. Cringe, straight up cringe, bro. So
sounds like Jim. Like that. Jim?
I'm like, no, bro, football 3 times a week. And you had just had the, what an idiot. so I don't know why I said that on camera. Now everyone knows. But bro, okay, now moving on awkwardly to Rocket Boys, man.
Yeah.
But do you think at any point did you feel the pressure, because you're essentially playing the role of a man who at that time shaped the future of the country in a way, right?
Yeah.
Was there any pressure that shit, there is a very little margin for error, or you just took it as any other role and just knocked it out of the park as usual?
I think it is up to the director to... I like to be able to give material, so right. I give material. I can try it in this way, I can try it in a different way, I can do... Literally, we'd be like, in some scenes, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna give a very thrown away speech.
Right.
Then the next time I'd be like, now I'm gonna be really acidic. Okay, now I'm gonna do a little mix of throwaway and acidic. It's because then it's up to the director to pick and choose and say that, okay, this one, you know, there was a little bit from here which was good, there was a bit of the acidic bit that was good. Then you feel like bringing more ideas, you know,
right.
all the time.
But do you think the margin for error was very little pressure of playing Homi Bhabha or?
Again, the show was so well researched. We'd done the research work before the show even started. Like, so then when it came to being, you know, while doing the scene, again, because me and Abhay had spent so long like tweaking the lines, making sure the flow is really good, putting the like puzzle pieces together of Homi Bhabha's personality, which was so multifaceted, thought faster than regular people, moved conversations forward 3 or 4 steps, knew how to do a setup because he's already thought of the end result. So he's just setting it up right now. He's just getting there. He's gonna deliver that punch eventually, you know? He in suits, I have been stiffer than him. There are videos of him being like this, he's crumpling the entire suit, he's talking to somebody, it's all over the place, the tie, the jacket, the shirt. It wasn't like in a show where you stand like this to make it look good. Yeah, he's like this, he's walking, you know, he's walking around, he was so loosey-goosey, just didn't think about his body in terms of like, it needs to do what I want it to do. It does not have to look any particular way.
Geniuses are like that.
They're so free. They don't care. They're fearless. No, it just happened with the process, you know. Me and Abhay would really agonize about the scenes.
Right.
Like I must have shot 70 days, but it feels like the whole year was Rocket Boys.
Jesus.
Like the whole year. Why? Because we would prep scenes, we would discuss the approach, we would be like, how does he lead? How does he start? Is he manipulative in this moment? Is he not? If he is it for a good reason or not? How does he even broach a subject? Is it straight, blunt? Or does he go round? And why? Why has he chosen? Yeah, he's going round because he's softening you up to get to the other thing.
Which is scene 1 essentially when you enter the room and you made them wait for half an hour, right? It's ridiculous, and man, you
right off the bat,
right? And I I'm not a student of cinema or theatre. I watch it purely, and someone like me could pick those up. I'm guessing everyone can, but tell me, a large part of the show is also academic, right? It's nuclear physics. Did you have to kind of brush up about nuclear physics and stuff like that, or that's just the good acting part?
I think to the extent that you know what you're talking about in the scene, you should basically have a sense of what's going on.
Right.
But apart from that, no, I don't need to know how a reactor works. I need to know how to play the scene. Yeah.
That's a great scene though.
Yeah, the cloud chamber one.
But did you know what the hell is going on inside the cloud chamber?
Well, I understood enough of what I was saying, you know?
Right.
And it is really incredible. It's truly an incredible thing.
Right.
These are particles coming from, like, out of space, from potential supernovae. Right. And we're seeing it in this thing because a guy has figured out how to make this cloud chamber. That's just incredible. It's truly incredible.
That is ridiculous, man. And look, you've ticked, I remember this maybe a year or 2 years back, you said Homi Bhabha, and there's one more. When do we get to see you play Freddie Mercury, man?
I don't know.
Jesus. It made you blush almost instantly. I don't know. You knew it. I'm not crying, you're crying. Wait, I would love, oh my God. Like, dude, you would kill.
I would love to do it.
Kill it.
I would love to do it.
As Freddie Mercury. Whoever's listening, guys, come on, make this happen. People with money, people with the right vision. Dude, look at it. This is Freddie Mercury. Dude, yeah, just... But I know you've discussed this to death probably, but I want to come back to your character in Padmavat. You're playing the role of a man who's gifted to the anti-hero. And it's not just any guy, it's someone who comes with his own energy. And every scene you were in with Ranveer, you held your own and you actually add as a catalyst to every scene. Was it a tough preparing for a character like Kapoor?
Yeah, only because I was even worse at Hindi back then. And anyway, there's the accent on top of the Hindi and all of those kinds of things. And so prepping for I was just stressed out more than anything else. Back then it was like, oh shit, okay. And then, you know, he's also so precise. He wants precision. He wants like, this is the beat of the scene. Don't fuck it up. You know, this is the beat of the scene. Let's get it. Tuck, 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 tuck. You pause too long. You know, and it would be like, you know, I'd be watching
This is Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
Yeah, and I'd be watching it over his shoulder and I'd be like, in my head I'd be like, shit, I paused too long. And he'd be like, I wouldn't even say it.
He knew it.
He knows. He'd look up at me like, you didn't say your line, no? Took too long, no? There? Let's do it again.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like, oh, you can take it out and edit. No. Get it fucking right on set. Wow. I love that.
And do you think you evolved as an actor through the process of Padmavat and Malik Kapoor?
100%. I left the Padmavat set to go to Made in Heaven. Like, so comfy.
And so different.
Yeah, but so comfy. Like, I've gone through the fire, you know. I've gone
Baptism
through
by
real training. Yeah, so now this is, you know, walk in and speak in English. Anytime. You know, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
That's ridiculous. We were talking offline before. You've got balls of steel because you still make it to football like twice a week.
I just like it. I like being able to run out there and kick a ball really hard and, you know.
Yeah, just go crazy. And the thing about you is you don't come just to participate, right? Like, I've played to win, so do you, which is why we generally put on opposite teams. And there's a massive banter because you don't like losing, bro. Even though you have to work the next day, you should ideally be taking it easy. You will go in for those 50-50s, bro. Is that the kind of person you are? You just hate losing?
I guess.
Of course you are, you can say it. And this is the thing, but the first time we played football together, I remember distinctly because you came with a big Marshall speaker.
Yeah.
Blaring some, I think it was reggae.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this guy's cool, man. We're going to play. And the moment the game got on, it was like, you get some, suck on that, boy.
You know where the word competitive comes from?
Go on.
It comes from a Greek word called comprar, which is the joy of the battle. And actually, for me, it's not necessarily about winning and losing. It's about like the joy of the battle. Let's both try hard. We both tried hard.
Right.
I lost, you won.
Give it up.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, it's that, the joy of the battle.
Right.
So in all things, like word, you know, banter with people, the joy of the battle of a scene. Like a scene is in a way sometimes a battle, you know?
Right.
And like, I like games. I like games and I like the idea of playing them, and I like to approach scenes as well as a little bit of a game, you know? Who has the ball when? How are we passing it to each other? Are we on the same team? Are we against each other in this scene? Am I trying to dominate you? Am I trying to support you? Are we dominating somebody else together? How is the game gonna work out? And how can, within that game, I can add flourishes like nutmegs.
Like nutmegs.
Or little tricks.
Again, I love the way you're dressed and I just, you've got such a cool demeanor about you. You have shown up for a round table meeting dressed up as David Bowie. Jesus, that was ridiculous. Bro, you nailed that look, by the way. That was sick.
Thank you.
Is that something you discussed with your stylist, or you just...
Literally, I was like, Tanya, I would like to dress like David Bowie. And she was like, what? And I was like, I'm coming back tomorrow, and it's tomorrow. So what can we do? And then I got a friend to do the painting the thing.
And this is?
And then I tried to convince other people also to paint their faces and come with. And then once I showed up for the interview, Rajiv, my son, was like, sorry, are you coming from somewhere? I was like, no. And he's like, are you going to do a play or something after this? I'm like, no. And he's like, you did this for the show? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh, Fatima, hey, you should also do some face painting. He's like, no, please don't do this to my fucking thing.
Mate, just before we let you go, we have a quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
So you can let the ball go and get into your rapid fire zone. It's right here. Are you ready, bro? We've got like about, I think, 10 questions for you. Right? Yeah, there we go. Just a little branding, man's life, and Jim Sarbh. Right, bro, are you ready for your rapid fire?
I'm very bad at these, horrible at these.
It's very easy, bro. There's nothing that you have to clench your butt over, I promise.
I always say.
Have you ever taken an acting gig purely for money?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, you won't say which one, right? I won't. We don't take care at man's life, bro. A role that you wish you hadn't turned down?
None.
None? There's no regrets in shit, man, that...
No.
Okay, fair enough. Your dream role, you already said Freddie Mercury, so...
Freddie Mercury would be cool,
right.
But in general, like proper badass with a heart of gold, but comedy film.
Nice.
Like Deadpool-esque.
Oh.
Something along those lines, I would find it so fun.
Oh, nice. I think you'd really play with it. You'd really take it and fly.
I would have a blast.
Sick. Right. Dash is the best advice that you've ever got.
Take on roles where the character has their own personal journey, where it's not only directly related to the lead character or another character.
Nice. And who gave this piece of advice?
Nasir.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It sounds like a very Nasir and Shah thing to say. Nice. Right. If you did an Indian Borat, which I hope happens, Jesus, please, world, make this happen. What state do you think that character would hail from? I mean, imagine an Indian version of you, like a Gujarati guy in a mankini, like Sarah.
That would be very funny. I think Gujarat is also a funny one, yeah. And it'll be easier for me to get there.
One comic book character, I'm going to say Deadpool, right? One comic book character you relate to the
comic book character I relate to the most?
Deadpool.
I do like it. Yeah, Deadpool is groovy. I do like a Batman though. I do like a Batman.
Yeah, just a Dark Knight.
I like a Batman. I like a good Batman.
Fair enough.
Michael Keaton in the originals.
OG? Right. Yeah. He didn't have the nipples, right? George Clooney had the nipples.
George Clooney had the nipples.
Right. And last question, bro, because we are man's life. 3 traits that an ideal man should have, according to Jim.
Empathy.
Okay.
Loyalty. Honesty.
Empathy, loyalty, honesty. That's fantastic, bro. I think those are ideally the 3 best what any human being should have, but since for man's life. Bro, I hope you had a good time. I did. My life, man. That was absolutely fantastic, guys. That was the video. Hope you enjoyed, and for lots more on auto, sports, lifestyle, entertainment, log on to manslife.in.